Hey everybody, welcome back. We have our algebra review day 3. We're going to look at point and slope and standard form of an equation. And again, this should be review. So if you're having a struggle with this, please let me know. Okay. So first of all, looking at our slope formula, this is our slope formula here. And if we were to take this x2 minus x1 here and multiply it on both sides, x2 minus x1, okay, on both sides, like this, we would end up with an equation that looks like x2 minus x1 times my slope equals y2 minus y1. Now, if we only have one point here and we just kind of get rid of this x2 and y2, and we just have one point, and I'm going to actually bring around here and say y minus y1 equals my slope times x minus x1, and kind of just rearrange those things. This is what's called my point slope form. So it's really the same thing as my slope formula. We just kind of move some things around. We multiply both sides there. This x1 and y1 as our coordinate x1, y1. So just having a coordinate, okay? And then my m here is going to be my slope. So I just have my point and my slope, okay? And we can write an equation of a line given a point and a slope. Notice that my x and y right here is just left as a variable. Instead of like a point, it's just left as a variable. So that's how I write an equation for it. So we just leave that. The only coordinate we have is the x1 and the y1. Okay, that's my point slope formula. Standard form of a linear equation is this ax plus by equals c. Okay, a, b, and c are all numbers, integers. Okay. And this is a really good equation to be able to graph a linear equation using x and y intercepts. And we'll get to that in just a moment. Okay. So we have really 3 different forms of the equation. We'll go over that in just a second. But first, let's take a look here. Let's write the equation of a line passing through the point. That should be point, not point. Fix that right here. So first of all, whenever it says write the equation, you immediately should come up in your head should be y minus y1 equals my slope times x minus x1. So anytime you see write the equation, we want to use our point slope form. Okay, every time write an equation, point slope form. Sometimes you can get away with your slope intercept form, but most of the time we're going to be using our point slope form. So we have these 2 points, passes through these 2 points in point slope form. Okay, well, first thing we need to do is calculate our slope. Okay, so we're going to slope is again equal to 4 minus 2 over 3 minus negative 1. So my slope will be equal to 2 over 3 plus 1, which is 4. So my slope is equal to 1/2. Oops, 1/2. Right, so now we have a slope and I have a point. I have 2 points actually. All you need to do is pick one of these points. It doesn't matter which one. I'll go ahead and just pick this guy right here. Okay, so that's my x1 and y1 and my slope. So I'm going to plug this in here. Okay, so I'm going to plug my y in here. So my 2 will go in here. My negative 1 will go in here. And then my slope will go in here at 1/2. Okay, let's plug all those guys in there. So we have y minus a positive 2 equals my slope 1/2 times x minus, and then I'm going to put my point in there, negative 1. Okay. Once I substitute everything, now I can simplify. So I have y minus 2 equals 1/2 times x plus 1. Well, notice it says here that it wants it convert it to slope intercept form and standard form. Okay. So slope intercept form, we want to go ahead and just distribute this 1/2. Y minus 2 equals 1/2 x plus 1/2. And then I'll add 2 to both sides here. Okay. This 2 is the same thing as 4/2. Okay. Put it in fraction form. So y will be equal to 1/2 x. And this is going to be plus 5/2. Okay. So this is my point slope form right here. Or excuse me, my slope intercept form. If I want to get this into standard form, y equals 1/2 x plus 5/2. All I have to do is, first of all, let's go ahead and multiply by 2, because with our standard form, we don't want any fractions, okay? So we're going to get this into, it's going to be 2y equals, and then 2's will cancel out there, leaving me with just an x, plus the 2's will cancel out here, leaving me with just a 5. And now I can subtract x from both sides, and I'll have a negative x plus 2y equals 5. The other thing with standard form is we don't want to have a negative here, so we're going to go ahead and multiply by a negative 1 as well. So x minus 2y equals negative 5. And now we are in standard form. Okay, so that's our standard form. We have point slope form right here. Point slope form. We have our slope intercept form and standard form. Okay. Okay, so now let's graph using our slope, or our y, x, and y intercepts. So when the graph crosses the y-axis, my value for x is 0. Okay, so we're going to do our y-intercept. In order to find our y-intercept, we're going to, x is equal to 0, right? So we're going to plug in 3 times 0 plus 2y equals 12. And we're just going to, that's 0, so 2y equals 12, which means y equals 6. Okay, so my coordinate then is going to be 0, 6. So we come up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. Okay, now we're going to find our x-intercept. So our x-intercept. And so what value on my x-axis, my y value is equal to 0. Okay, so y is equal to 0 this time. So we're going to substitute y for 0, so 3x plus 2 times 0 for y this time equals 12. So 3x equals 12. So x is going to be equal to 4. So this time my coordinate will be 4 and then 0 for y. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 for y. And now I can just quickly graph this guy through these two intercepts. So that's how you can graph using this from standard form using x and y intercepts. First set x equal to 0, then set y equal to 0. Okay. So here's all of our different forms. We have our slope intercept form, really easy to graph from here because we have our y-intercept and our slope. Okay. Point and slope form, this is what we use to usually write an equation of a line. All right. And then our standard form is right here. We can graph from here also using intercepts. Just remember, no fractions or decimals, and x is going to be positive. Okay, they're going to be integers. Okay, you guys have a worksheet in Google Classroom, and I will see you in class. Take care. Later.